Sing it one last time for you. Then we really have to go.
Shows like Britain's Got Talent were made for contestants like Stacey Leadbetter. Before her audition, Stacey was an ordinary woman with an extraordinary voice that had long gone unheard. Her journey to the stage wasn't easy, filled with personal hurdles and moments of self-doubt. Yet, what once held her back has now become her greatest strength. Her transformation from supermarket worker to golden buzzer sensation has inspired viewers everywhere. Join us as we tell you what you didn't know about Stacey Leadbetter from Britain's Got Talent. Stacey Leadbetter grew up in Birstall, a small town near Leeds, where her early years were marked by a profound struggle with speech. From a young age, she experienced a persistent stammer that made everyday communication difficult. This wasn't just a minor speech hiccup, it deeply affected her confidence and ability to express herself. Her school life, which should have been a space for growth, became a source of anxiety. Classmates teased her, mimicking her stutter, and Stacey often felt silenced by the fear of being ridiculed. Despite these challenges, Stacey discovered a deep love for music. Singing, unlike speaking, gave her voice freedom. She would spend hours in her bedroom singing along to artists like Whitney Houston and Leona Lewis, mimicking their vocal control and emotional power. Music became her escape, a way to say what she couldn't in words. Still, the trauma of her speech difficulties lingered, and she rarely performed in front of others. While her peers grew socially, Stacey found herself retreating into solitude. It wasn't until adulthood that she began reclaiming her voice. The year 2020 proved to be a turning point in Stacey's life. With extra time at home, she decided to take her speech challenges head-on. She turned to YouTube seeking adult speech therapy tutorials and committed herself to daily practice. These weren't just vocal warm-ups, they were targeted exercises to retrain her speech patterns. She started journaling her progress and integrated mindfulness techniques to manage the anxiety that often triggered her stammer. Crucially, Stacey combined this speech therapy with singing, using vocal exercises as both therapy and art. She noticed improvements not just in her fluency, but in her confidence. Slowly, speaking became less of a battleground. Over time, she realized that consistency was key. If she missed her exercises for even a few days, the stammer would start to creep back in. By 2023, Stacey had not only improved her everyday speech, but she was also rediscovering her musical potential. She began sharing short clips of herself singing on TikTok. Viewers were stunned not just by her voice, but by the vulnerability behind it. Messages of support poured in, and for the first time in years, Stacey felt truly seen and heard. Before dazzling audiences on Britain's Got Talent, Stacey Leadbetter led a humble life working at a local supermarket in Yorkshire. Her primary role involved cooking rotisserie chickens. This job, while routine, was a significant part of her daily life, providing for her family and grounding her in the community. Despite the repetitive nature of her work, Stacey found solace in singing during her breaks and after long shifts. The supermarket's back rooms and quiet aisles became her impromptu rehearsal spaces, where she honed her vocal skills away from the public eye. Stacey's fiancé, Richard, has been a pillar of support through every high and low. The couple first dated in their teens but rekindled their relationship in 2024, leading to an engagement in early 2025. They plan to marry in 2027. Stacey is also a devoted mother to her 10-year-old daughter, Erilyn. Erilyn was present during her mother's BGT audition and even met her idol, KSI. Stacey often shares stories about her daughter on social media, noting that she's her greatest motivation. In August 2024, Stacey's journey took a heartbreaking turn. She and her partner were expecting a child, and everything seemed hopeful. But during a private scan, they learned the baby's heartbeat had stopped. Stacey later revealed on TikTok that she had suffered a miscarriage. She described the moment in harrowing detail and shared her overwhelming sense of grief. Despite the pain, she also expressed deep gratitude for the short time she had connected with her baby, calling them an angel who came to teach her strength. Rather than retreat from the world, Stacey channeled her pain into music. She began writing original songs and using her TikTok platform to connect with other women who had experienced similar losses. Her openness was met with compassion, and her community rallied around her. This period also strengthened her bond with Richard and her daughter Erilyn. As a family, they processed the loss together and emerged more unified. In early 2025, Stacey took one of the biggest leaps of her life and auditioned for Britain's Got Talent. Before this, her only previous live experience was a pub karaoke night years prior. After consistently receiving encouragement from her TikTok followers, she decided to take a chance. On the BGT stage, she performed Leona Lewis's powerful version of Run by Snow Patrol. As soon as she began to sing, the entire room shifted. Her voice was enriched with emotion. It moved both the audience and the judges to tears. There was something undeniably pure about her performance. The most unexpected moment came from guest judge KSI. The streamer was visibly shaken by her performance. Without hesitation, he pressed the golden buzzer, sending Stacey straight to the semi-finals. When confetti rained down, Stacey collapsed in tears. Simon Cowell compared her to the new Susan Boyle for the emotional punch she delivered with such humility. Amanda Holden called her performance one of the most touching we've had in years, while Alicia Dixon praised her authenticity and soul. With the golden buzzer, Stacey's life changed overnight. Since her BGT audition aired, Stacey has experienced a remarkable surge in social media engagement, particularly on TikTok. Her official TikTok account, at Stacey Leadbetter Music, boasts over 194,000 followers and 1.4 million likes. This platform has become a space where Stacey shares her musical journey, connecting with fans through heartfelt performances and candid moments. One of her most touching videos features a surprise visit to a care home where her mother works. In this clip, Stacey sings for a resident named John, who is visibly moved by the gesture. The video has garnered over 100,000 views and thousands of likes. Beyond her performances, Stacey uses her platform to share personal stories and experiences. For instance, she posted a video expressing her gratitude for the support she's received, stating that her heart is so full with all the messages that she has been receiving. It reflected the profound connection she's built with her followers. After winning the Golden Buzzer, Stacey gave a series of heartfelt interviews where she spoke about her journey and shared her hopes for the future. In these conversations, Stacey spoke about how surreal the experience felt, from standing behind a supermarket counter one day to being launched into the national spotlight the next. She expressed deep appreciation for the support from the judges, especially KSI, and the wave of encouragement from the public. Instead of focusing on fame, Stacey emphasized how meaningful it was to have her voice and story finally heard. She described the performance as a dream come true, not just for herself, but for her family, who had supported her quietly for years. In her interviews, Stacey also hinted at her passion for music being something she always carried with her, even when life demanded her attention elsewhere. She said she was now looking ahead with fresh purpose and motivation, excited to explore what's next musically, whether that means performing more, writing her own songs, or recording professionally. She's also expressed interest in mentoring young people with speech disorders and perhaps even launching a podcast in the future that combines music, healing, and storytelling. Rather than basking in viral fame, Stacey came across as grounded, focused, and genuinely touched by the chance to live out something she once only imagined from behind the scenes of everyday life.